This is Xltactical, and thank you guys for joining me on another video. If you're finding me for the first time, thank you guys. Please consider subscribing. That's the best way you can help out this channel. But enough of that. Let's get right into it. So, as you guys have seen before, I've brought this particular guy out to the channel several times. This is the PSA Micro Dagger. We're adding another video to this playlist. We're going to talk about some upgrades that you can do to this guy. This particular one, the only upgrade that it's had is an optic, and with everything else we've pretty much left it alone. But we're going to get right into it, see what we can do to it, and what are options that are available for you. Let me know down in the comment section below, what is the best upgrade, what is the best accessory that you can get for this particular firearm. Maybe I missed it, I want to know. But let's get right into it. Alright guys, so let's get right into this video here and talk to you about some of the upgrades that are available or you can do to the Micro Dagger. Right? So if you guys are familiar to the channel and you've seen some of the videos, we brought you this guy right here, which is the Micro Dagger, the original one. Nothing has really been done to this one other than actually adding an optic. We've kept it stock, trigger has been stock, nothing has been done, and quite literally still performs very nicely. So this guy right here has stayed this way, will stay that way, and I hope to not change this because I want to use this as a controllable when I do any other videos with the Micro Dagger. So first upgrade, or not mod, but upgrade that you can do to it is around holstering, right? There's a lot of compatibility questions that people ask about it and what works, what doesn't work. So for me particularly, this is the holster that I've always used for my Glock 43X. This is the Bravo concealment. They now have updated where they make one for the 43X and for the 48. So me particularly, I can use this for the Micro Dagger, right? It sits in there, sits comfortable, covers the trigger guard, has good concealability. For the most part, I have seen other videos where people say they have some issues around compatibility from their Glock 43X to the Micro Dagger. And I just think it might be around the trigger guard. But at least for me, this one works. Their newer one that does for the 48 will work for the C1 and the X1, which is quite nice. So take that for what it's worth, but definitely invest in a good holster. If you're concealing carrying, that'll keep your firearm nice, well, and protected, right? So that's upgrade number one. Upgrade number two really comes around sights, right? So this particular firearm right here has not had it upgraded, as you guys can see. It has a 3-dot white sight sights on there, which I'm keeping, and I'll tell you why. But here for reference, I do have my Glock 43X, and it has the same similar 3-dot white sights right there. But the big difference on this one is they are night sights. So if you're not into these 3-dot sights and that's not your cup of tea, then you can easily change the sights to night sights. If you wanted to have a blacked out rear, you can. You can just keep the front posts. You can do fiber optic. As long as they are Glock compatible sights, you can change these up. For me, I'm choosing to keep it that way, but that is a nice upgrade that you guys can do. And is one of those upgrades that a lot of people do because they either like training a certain way or are very familiar with certain sights that they have on other firearms. So that's upgrade number two. Upgrade or mod verification for 3 would be around the trigger, right? So if you guys saw, this particular one has the first trigger that it came with, and that is that little safety dongle trigger, similar to the M&P. You guys want to keep that, might as well. If you like it and you train with the original stuff, that's what you want to do with that. I kept it in all the internals the same way, but I did want to change that trigger. So I'm going to show you what that trigger looks like right there. It is flat in design. This is the Polymer 80 trigger shoe. That is the only thing that I changed. There's tons of triggers that can kind of fit in there. Some of them you'll have to change the trigger bar and everything. Some of them you'll just have to change the trigger shoe. The reason why I wanted this is because most of my guns have a flat face trigger, and I wanted to keep that same profile because that's the way I'm used to training. I like this one. Has a nice 90-degree break. reset and all that keeps the same because a lot of the internals are all the same. Will I do something with the springs? I don't know, maybe. I like to keep it internal, all factory, because it should be working the way the gun is intended. But that is an upgrade. If you so choose to do it, you can. Not every trigger will fit quite 100%, but there are tons of triggers out there that you can look for. And if you have one that you're more grown to liking, that's what you want to do. All right, so that's another upgrade that you guys can do here. As we move further through, we talked about that rail that the micro dagger comes with. So that is definitely an upgrade, right? Whether you're concealed carrying this or whether you have this for a home defense firearm, light is always something you should consider. Not everybody does so. Not everybody likes it. To each his own. I'm not telling you whether you should do it or not, right? But with a light, you can easily identify a target, making sure that you know what you're shooting at. If you're having to pull this firearm in the middle of the night and it's completely dark, you can put a laser on there and identify that target without having any kind of issues. Here we have a Streamlight TLR7 sub. Fits this quite well, nice profile. And it'll sit on this one the same way. It just sits a little bit further out because this slide is a little bit bigger. That one's a little bit shorter. So that's definitely an upgrade and a feature that you can do for the micro daggers. As we move back here, this is something that whether you like it, if you've trained with it, if you haven't, it's something that's an option out there. Some folks like magwells, some people don't. I like the way not only it looks aesthetically for my firearm, it gives it a little bit of flair to it, but it does have a use, right? When you're reloading, it finds it a little bit way where there's a little bit bigger funnel. So if you're indexing, you're pointing, your magazine finds that funnel a little bit easier. You find it in there, makes it easier for reloads. It still has that cut, so if you need to strip out your mag, you can. This one right here is a 3D printed one. There are other aluminum, there's metal ones that you can find in design. That is another upgrade that you can find and do for this. I like this one. This is JTH Designs. I think he has some stuff on eBay and just direct from him. But this is a very simple, cheap $20 upgrade that pairs up with this micro dagger quite well. Lastly, but not least, we have that optic design, right? So if you decided to keep the same sights, or you're not practicing with that quite anymore, you want to invest in a nice optic. So we have a couple of optics here for you to take a look at. It does follow this footprint, so you can go with like a standard one. This is kind of like the staple for these micro designs, the Holosun 407 or 507. On the original one here, we have a CV Life, which is very inexpensive, sub $100, has been holding up quite well. Really nice on this particular optic is that it has this fiber optic rear sight that you can use and integrate if you so happen to want to use that, which is awesome. Now on this one, on the C1, we do have a Sealy micro dot, the Cat X Pro, which is fantastic. It does have 3 reticles designs, a dot, circle, and a dot with a circle that you can choose from. A big window, very, very, very clear glass, and makes shooting with this that much more comfortable. Now, there is one more upgrade that I do want to share with you, which is pretty cool. And this is just more of like what you guys want to look at or see how it fits towards your firearms. Now, there's plenty more upgrades that we can probably talk about. You can do something with the slide, catch, and release, the mag. You can even do stippling to it, whether you want to do that or not. Those are all upgrades that you can do. But I have one more upgrade that I did want to talk about before we end this video. All right, guys. So the last little upgrade that I think that I wanted to share with you guys was around this. Now that changed the whole look of the firearm. I like how it looks. It looks quite nice. But what I was talking about is around barrels, right? So if you have a Glock 43X or something similar, micro daggers have that same profile. So if you wanted to get a threaded barrel, which we do have one as well, if you wanted to get different colors, like I said, micro daggers will most likely do different slide options. Plus, you can already do different slides. I have another slide from Aim Surplus that has some window cuts on the top and on the side, which allow you to see this barrel a little bit better. But you can do that. That's upgrades that are available, and if you guys enjoy that, absolutely do it. That wraps it up for me, guys. That's gonna make an end of this video. There are upgrades that you guys can do. Let me know down in the comment sections, what upgrades have you done? Have you thought about any of the ones we've done? Do they intrigue you? Is it something that you like doing to your firearms? Do you like keeping them stock? I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section below. If you have any questions, get down there and let me know, guys. If you've already subscribed, thank you guys very much. If you haven't, please consider it. Until next time, Venom says, stay safe, go out to the range, and get out and train. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.
Perfect.